Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 288, Lamar, Appetite for Sin.
We actually have a long history with this movie. We interviewed Missy Sahagun, also known as Manku Gill, about this movie. It was a while ago.
A long time ago.
And then this movie, it didn't come out for a while. There was a trailer out and everything, but it's finally come out, Joe. It's Lady Vampires Going Amok in 1988, the year I was born.
Yeah. Well, Lamar, let's see what we think about the story.
Okay, so in 1988,
the year you were born,
the year I was born, yeah. But Sarah Hase is an FBI agent, Joe. She lives a double life. Not only is she an FBI agent, she's also a vampire who has like a little clique of female vampires that go around and stuff like that, kind of seduce men and then drink their blood. One of the men that I think, what was it? Like he got away and now he's trying to hunt down her and those women. And she also has like somebody that's also a fellow FBI agent that doesn't trust her at all. Yeah. Who is played by
Joe Castro, another friend of our show.
Friend of our show, yeah. So, yeah, that's the story.
I appreciate what they did with this. It was really a crime drama with vampires. It was not as much of a horror movie or action movie or anything like that. But it was like crime drama. My only problem was I thought it was a little meandering.
Yes. Because it has a good setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it goes back and forth and back and forth, I wish there was more of like him like actually hunting them down, the other guy. Yeah. And stuff like that.
What are you giving it for story?
I gave it a half point.
Yeah, half point for the meandering. Well, our next category, Lamar, is what do we think of the characters?
I did like the characters because I think everybody kind of had a purpose. Of course, Missy Sahagun, she's kind of like the leader of the pack. Is there like new slang for a squad of women or something like that?
Gaggle, I thought. Is that not right? Look that up, Lamar.
That shocked me, that terminology. That took me to another
place. Wait, hold on.
What does
that mean?
I didn't know. Is that for real? A gaggle?
A gaggle primarily refers to a group of geese, especially when they're on the ground making noise.
You just make that up.
That's what I'm reading from Google.
But how did you come up with gaggle? Did you hear that before or something?
Maybe when women are sitting around like talking a lot, you say there's a gaggle of women. I don't know.
We might be on the cusp of pop culture. My gaggles. But yes, they were cool because they would like go to a bar and stuff like that and kind of entice men and stuff. I know that there was a certain character that you did not like because the man that was hunting the vampires, not only was he hunting down vampires, he had a wife and a child.
A very annoying child.
I don't even know if she was annoying. It was just like she really didn't do anything. It was just like
she did. She gave him the mask to wear for Halloween and stuff.
That was it. But then there was a scene where he ends up in jail. And she just starts crying. And it's like, she's just like, she doesn't, did she say anything?
She said some stuff. But I didn't really care because I don't pay attention to children when they talk.
Well, okay then, Joe. But I did like the characters. I think the characters were very enough.
I liked everyone except for the kid, really. I'll give it half point. I don't like that kid. Oh, what do you give it?
Leave that child alone. I'm giving it a 1, Joe. Jesus.
For our next category, Lamar, is the kills/effects.
It was all practical blood and stuff like that. I wish there was more. They did have cool, like, fangs and scratches and stuff like that. There was an end fight scene where it's like, people getting cut across the face and all that kind of stuff. That was cool.
It was good, but there wasn't, like, enough of it. But once again, it kind of goes back to the main premise of this is a police drama.
Yeah.
They didn't lay into the horror elements enough.
Mm-hmm.
What do you give it for kills and effects?
I'll give it half a point.
Yeah, half point. Right, next category, Lamar, is what do we think of the vampires?
Well, I like the, group of girls and stuff like that. And I guess there's like a territory thing that goes on too.
Yeah.
Like these girls are just, in this territory. But there's another girl that comes in and is like, you guys suck. This guy is on your tail, so you guys suck. So I'm here to, claim it. So I like that aspect of it. Basically, their victims are just horny dudes.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, you want to buy us drinks? Okay. That's their whole thing. So I thought that was funny because it's like these guys are just so pathetic. It's just like, yeah, we'll just might as well use them for their blood anyway.
Yeah. I just like the idea that she's a vampire and she's an FBI agent. Does that mean she only works at nighttime?
Must be. I mean,
Is
she
her
just does
boss
the.
not suspicious about that?
She's like, I can only do the night shift of FBI stuff.
Hmm. I'm gonna give it a half point for vampires, Lamar, because the little girl is a vampire in the movie at the end. So half point.
That's just petty. That is so petty.
Well, what do you give it?
I give it a one.
Oh,
I
okay.
like the lore of the
Well,
vampires.
so did I until the little girl became one. But our last category, Lamar, is what did we think of the sequel potential of this movie?
I think you could do something with it. The story has to be more straightforward. It has to stop meandering. I was about
Yeah.
to say mirandering. That's not a word. But yeah, I think if it's more focused, because I do think you have something where she's like working on, one side of the law, but then covering up for her, like, her, as you would say, her gaggle. And, I think that would be interesting. Well,
Yeah.
how long do we have to wait for this sequel?
Right. Well, we waited like 2 years for this movie,
Yeah,
so
it was a long time. Yes.
yeah. So well, the next movie will come out and it'll take place in 1990 instead of 1988, the year of your
Uh,
birth.
yeah, I'll be too. Maybe I saw these women, or maybe it takes place in present time because they don't age.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
what
know.
if we go back in time, Lamar, to 1988, the year of your birth? The characters from this movie make
Yeah.
you into a vampire, and then in the future, which is the sequel, you're like a vampire, and I have to rescue you from being a vampire.
Wouldn't work because I'm a baby.
You can't turn a baby into a vampire?
You can, but that'll just be a baby.
A baby vampire.
Vampires stay the same age when they become a vampire.
Or what
I
if
would
we
be a
turned your
baby
mother
now.
into a vampire? Does that
Then I'd
change
be
you?
Blade. That'll be
See?
cool. Okay, if you can turn me into Blade,
Okay.
I will sign off on your time.
I'll work on that. So what are you
But
giving
but
it?
but you have to
What?
bite her. She has to be pregnant, and you have to make sure the genes go to me. So
Okay. It's
yeah.
very complex.
Hey man, Blade is complex.
Yeah. And you're complex.
I try to be.
So what do you give it for sequel potential, Lamar?
I'll give it a one.
Well, Lamar, I was gonna give it a half point because of the little girl, but if she's not in the second one, I'll give it a 1 point for sequel potential.
Jesus, man.
Well, Lamar, we've tallied the score, and this movie gets a 3.5 out of 5.
Well, after about 2 or 3 years, we got something. They got something here. Just stay a little bit better with the story. More kills and effects, and then, like
Yeah,
you said, it being a crime drama. Eh,
I like
eh,
that part of it,
eh,
though. I,
yeah.
I think that they should go to more over the top with the kills and whatnot.
There you go. Yeah,
Well, does that wrap it up then, Lamar?
does.
Peace.
Deuces.